What's up guys, it's JKK Tag. Hope you're having a great day. I'm having a phenomenal day today. We just bounced back from 2-2 to 12-2, really killing it with this 3.8 Elixir 3 Musketeer deck. The Miner is really great with this deck. It allows you to use your minion horde if it gets zapped. You're going to get a lot of value with that. If they ever drop three, or if you're dropping 3 Musketeers, they cycle Bowler in the back. You redirect that Bowler with that Miner. Miner is also phenomenal with just being able to take out other 3 Musketeer decks. Pumps, you're just able to get the elixir advantage from that. And also even against Lava Hound decks or Golem decks where they have their pump, you're just going to be killing it. So I really like the synergy with Miner and 3 Musketeers and Minion Horde. Really allows for a great combination. Knight is really good for against Graveyard. And honestly guys, I can't praise this deck enough. This deck is so good that you can even use it with a level 6 pump. That's what I was using the entire time. So without any further ado guys, let's hop into the 10th, 11th, and 12th wins of our challenge. So our first game will be against SirTagCR. SirTagCR, he's from Panda Scheme. That's Nick and Molt's clan. Wonder what he's going to be playing. He has Fireball and he has Arrows, which are actually really hard for us to deal with because Fireball is a really good counter to 3 Musketeers. Arrows kind of hard counters Minion Horde. Let's see how we deal with it though. So as always guys, if you have Pump in your hand, always pump up in the middle. Pumping up in the middle assures that you're not going to get wrecked by any type of graveyard. Not really about that life right now. So we're going to be dropping skeletons. We're going to be zapping all that. We need to kill the minions. That balloon should get a hit. It's kind of scary, but we know that we're getting a pump up and he's probably at very low elixir. He has to deal with that Knight. Pumping up in the middle is really good because if they miner, you're able to know what side that they're going to miner on. Saving Ice Spirit in case he drops the miner. I Ice Spirit the miner, then I drop my skeletons. That Ice Spirit would have jumped on the miner and I would have been able to drop my skeletons any place. And then the miner would have redirected on my skeletons, not the pump. So that's why I really like Ice Spirit in this deck. When you find out if they have miner or not, you really want to be saving your Ice Spirit for their miner if you know that they have it in cycle then. So this guy gets a really nice fireball on me, but I see that my Musketeers on the left side are a sliver of HP. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to miner. I'm going to make him actually spend more elixir. I'm going to make him drop 3 elixir, 2 elixir, whatever he has to deal with those Musketeers. But he's spread so thin that he just isn't able to, guys. And we get a ton of damage on the left side. So that's what I mean by using your miner correctly, guys. If they fireball it, make sure that they actually have to respond to the Musketeers as well. Drop your miner. If you drop 2 Musketeers in one lane and they have a bowler, they're going to think that bowler hard counters it. Drop your miner, make sure that the bowler retargets on the miner, and then your 2 Musketeers will DPS down the bowler, which is awesome. Dropping my 3 Musketeers there, he probably assumed that I was going to drop Minion Horde. That's why I decided to mix up my counters to the balloon, and I'm doing really well right now. Even though he's got a hard counter deck, it's all good, guys. You just got to outcycle their hard counters. You got to play some mind games with them. Don't always respond with the same counters all the time. If you're going to be dropping your 3 Musketeers, you got to switch up your placement as well. Sometimes you want to be dropping it up a little bit further so that they don't get a value fireball or they don't go for a prediction fireball on you. So right there, guys, I was actually able to cycle 2 Minion Hordes on him because I had so many pumps. He arrowed the first Minion Horde, but I got a second one. Skill Horde is pretty busted, and it's incredibly fun to use when it's working for you. So he's got a balloon. He's got another Knight. I've pretty much resigned myself to losing this tower, but I'm going to be dropping my 3 Musketeers. I'm going to be dropping my 3 Musketeers in a spot that's not going to be able to fireball the tower, or he does fireball the tower, but he wasn't able to hit one of the Musketeers. So ideally, I would have liked to place my 3 Musketeers a little bit higher, but I really had to target the balloon. So pretty much in this situation, guys, I've won the game. All I need to do is cycle 1 more miner zap, and it's pretty much over. I played this extremely well. I was able to outcycle him. I won the mind games. Alright guys, so my 11th win is against the guy that's running a 3 Musketeer mirror matchup against me. He actually gets pump in his starting hand, and I believe my pump was actually my last card. And what's even worse about this, I believe he even protects his pump with a Knight. So we're going to see how I'm able to come back from this situation. It's not very pretty. I was an incredibly sad panda as soon as he drops this Knight and protects his pump. This is literally like the worst feeling in the game. You don't have pump up. He has pump up. He defended. He's up a considerable amount of elixir, and then he's going to be cycling back to pump a little bit faster than me. So I do a risky play. I pump up, and I have to draw his Ice Spirit away with my Knight. I'm able to defend the pencil, but he actually has zap, and the pencil gets through. That's a lot of damage for him. He's up elixir, and he's up a pump. So it's kind of bad, but I have to remind myself in a Three Musketeer mirror matchup, guys, it's all about breaking through. This chip damage won't matter as much. Always try to get your pumps up. You want to be the last person to drop your Three Musketeers. Try to zap immediately, trying to get that miner on top of the pump. I don't even get a hit. I think I missed 1 or 2 goblins, so this start of the game is really horrible for me, but we're going to bounce back, guys. We're dropping Ice Spirit. We're going to make sure his Ice Spirit drops on my Knight. Then I'm going to drop my Skeleton so that it doesn't get hit by the Ice Spirit. And I believe he zapped that as well. So now we're going to drop our Minion Horde because we know he zapped. He only has Goblin Gang and Minion Horde himself. We have Zap and Cycle. We were waiting for his Minion Horde or his Goblin Gang. We're going to zap that. Our Skill Horde gets on the tower. This is really good for us. He just spent a ton of Elixir. I believe I'm going to pump up again after defending against the Pencil. And as I said, guys, I always want to be the last person to drop my Three Musketeers. If you defend with your Three Musketeers, you're going to have the tower helping you. You're going to have Defender's Advantage. And then you're going to be able to go for a counter push. So we're just cycling. We're making stuff happen. We're going to try to kill his pumps. We're going to go in for another miner, but it didn't really work. We're just going to be zapping the tower, the Knight, and we're going to be zapping the pump to mitigate some of the Elixir. And this case, we're actually going to be dropping our Three Musketeers on defense because he actually dropped a ton of Elixir right there. He dropped Pencil, and he dropped Knight, and he dropped Ice Spirit. If they drop, like, how much Elixir was that? That was 8 Elixir. If they drop 8 Elixir, then it's going to be worth dropping 9 Elixir on defense and then using the Three Musketeers because the Three Musketeers were really not even touched by that. So there are some situations that you want to be dropping your Three Musketeers, but only if they overcommit that much. So we noticed that he doesn't actually have any direct damage. We haven't seen a miner. We haven't seen anything. We're just not going to let that Pencil touch our tower. The Pencil doesn't touch our tower. We're fine, guys. So that's what we're going for. And we're just going to be dropping Knights. We're going to be dropping Minion Hordes. We have Zap in hand. We're going to be zapping all of that. And he is not getting through, guys. We have defended. And I'm pretty happy about this win. I was not expecting to come back and win when he had the best cycle. And we somehow did it, guys. We had Pump last in hand. Mirror matchup. And he had Pump at the start. And he defended his Pump. Somehow we made it happen, guys. Let's hop into the next game. Alright guys, let's hop into my 12th win. This is an amazing comeback. I was really happy about this against Giant Graveyard. Oh, I hate playing Giant Graveyard so much. We actually got Pump in our starting hand. This is phenomenal. So as I said before, guys, if I drop my Pump in the back, I would automatically lose to this guy. So I'm always going to be dropping my Pump in the middle. Definitely the maneuver. I see an Electro Wizard. I'm thinking Graveyard. I'm thinking Miner. I'm thinking Golem potentially. And he actually drops Giant at the bridge. At this point, I'm like, all right, this might be Giant Lightning or it's going to be Giant Graveyard. I drop my Minion Horde on top. I didn't really want to drop my Minion Horde in any spot that he could poison all of it. And we get 2 of the minions to survive. This is really nice. As I said before, guys, dropping my Miner will be able to allow me to cycle back to my Pump a little bit faster. Also getting me a lot more value out of those 2 minions. He actually had to deal with those 2 minions. And by him not dealing with the miner, he had to deal with the 2 minions. The miner got like 500 damage on the left side. So that's really good for me. This is a really weird situation. You can't really let that Night Witch go and hit the tower. I have to drop my Minion Horde. I dropped it a little bit late. And this is a really rough situation for me right now, guys. I still cannot drop my Pump in the back. If I drop my Pump in the back, he would go for Giant Graveyard and just take my left or my right tower. So right now I'm going to be dropping my 3 Musketeers in the middle. Dropping them up towards the middle doesn't really give him a great poison value. He's not going to hit the Pump. He's going to hit 3 Musketeers that would disperse after killing the Giant. And he didn't really know what to do. If I dropped it a little bit further back, he would have been able to hit the tower, the 3 Musketeers, or he would have been able to drop a poison a little bit further up, and then the 2 Musketeers would have been able to walk into it. So he wasn't able to do that. I was really happy about that. I was trying to bait out a poison. If he elected to poison that, I would have gotten a free Pump. And then if he went for a Graveyard, he wouldn't have had poison and cycle. So then I could have dropped Minion Horde and it would have been fine. So my thought process there was really good. I was happy with that situation. Always remember, dropping 3 Musketeers in a high situation against Graveyard is never a bad play. It's really good. If you get them to bait out their Pump, if you get them to bait out their poison, drop another Pump, and then you're going to be chilling. So in this situation, I actually lost my tower because I was down a lot of Elixir. I wasn't able to defend. But right now I realize, guys, we got a huge counter push going. So I was like, This guy's using Graveyard on defense. He's in a dire situation. I'm going to be using my Miner to tank. I really want to keep that Musketeer alive. He dropped a pretty late poison. If I keep that Musketeer alive, I'm zapping. The Musketeer will do a lot of damage on the left side. He even has to log. So that was a really good play for me. You guys can see how awesome Miner is in a lot of situations. Dropping my 3 Musketeers in the middle, just making sure that he's not able to drop a Giant in the middle and then go for a Graveyard. Trying to deny some damage. Dropping my 3 Musketeers up that far was needed. It was completely necessary because if I dropped it further in the back, I wouldn't have taken the tower right there, guys. So he's dropping a Giant in the middle. I know that I got to drop Minion Horde. Minion Horde will DPS down the Giant. If he drops the Graveyard, then the Giant, there will be nothing to tank for the Graveyard. The Graveyard Skeletons are absolutely doing nothing for him right now, guys. We're in a great situation. He goes for a preemptive poison to hit all the minions, but I'm going for a Miner. I'm holding Zap for his Skeletons because I knew he had Skeletons in cycle, and we made an amazing comeback right there, guys. That was crazy stuff. I'm dropping my 3 Musketeers in the middle again in case he drops a Giant in the middle. It would just get DPS down immediately. He's dropping a Giant. I'm going to be dropping Minion Horde pretty soon, or actually I'm going to be dropping Knight plus Ice Spirit. The Ice Spirit really cleans up the Mega Minion. Going in for a Miner, I'm not doing the Miner in the predictable spot. If I did it in the predictable spot, I would have lost the game immediately. You got to always switch up your Miners, even at the end, guys. That's the most imperative spot. Dropping it in the bottom right corner is too predictable, guys, because both towers would not be able to shoot at it. Therefore, I dropped it on the left side. He would never expect that, and I got the game, guys. Awesome game, awesome comeback. I was incredibly stoked to win those games. Alright, so this is my mini account. I'm a lot more hyped to open up chests, and I'm a lot more hyped to get legendaries. This is a phenomenal shop. I'm going to be asserting dominance with a new log. I'm excited for that. I'm going to be streaming and asserting dominance with that log very shortly tonight. And then let's hop into the GC chest, guys. Let's see what we get. So we got 22k gold. That's dope. That's pretty awesome. Getting mini P.E.K.K.A.s, that's okay. I'm not going to be using that much. We got some cannons. We got Minion Hordes, the Skill Horde. I love that card. We use that a lot. Today was pretty phenomenal with Skill Horde. Cleaned up a lot of people today with Skill Horde. Miner plus Skill Horde is pretty dope. Getting some poisons. We need a lot more epics. We're trying to get some more epics to get that new legendary. We need Electro Wizard. We still need Graveyard in this account. Let's get it, guys. Got Furnaces. I really wish my Furnace Graveyard deck was still good. A lot of RJesuses. That's pretty nice. Skarmy. Alright, guys. We got the Dark Goblin. That Dark Goblin is nice. We're going to get a legendary, guys. Let's get some legendary hype. What are we going to get? Oh my god, the new animation is sick. We got the Inferno Dragon. Okay. At least it's not a Sparky, but it is a legendary. I'm hype. We're going to get that to level 2. I'm excited, guys. So thanks for watching today. I appreciate everyone that chilled with me, and I'll see you guys next time.